Hey guys, Brandon Dawson here from the Tribe of Christians. Today's date is Friday, August 29, 2025. I'm putting this message out not to frighten anybody, not to scare anybody, but just so that you are cautiously aware, paying attention, watching out for the signs, and that you can make the best decisions for you, your family, and your household for what may be coming in future days and weeks. So 2 days ago, on Wednesday, August 27th, 2025, I was out driving in the heart and the thick of the evening rush hour traffic, right around that 5:30, 6 o'clock p.m. hour. And you know how there's running lights on the back of a car. You know, you have your brake lights and your running lights, and then and when you hit the brake pedal, your brake lights flash on. So that's what I was seeing, and this is kind of how it started. I was, of course, in traffic. Everybody are just slamming on their brakes, and out of nowhere, this transpires into a vision, and right in front of me, just massively big, bold, in my face, I start to see images of the stock market, and I see the entire stock market flashing red, massively flashing red, all the way down the board. Everything, all the stocks, everything massively plummeting, and it's just flashing, and this image stayed in front of me for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minutes, and I could not get this image out of my head. It was so strong, so bold, and I knew right away it was a warning for things to come. Now, I'm not saying for certain exactly what's going to cause this, but what I can tell you is, I just report on what I see. I try my best to discern and to pray and to interpret things, but I don't always understand the how until when it happens, or the why. So anyways, in 2018, the last time something anywhere remotely close to this happened was in 2018, and I was having dreams about the stock market collapsing, and I saw it collapsing and plummeting at the very final hour of trading. And I publish it on all of our social media channels, and on our website. It's published it's still there. And so what that was it was actually a precursor, a warning concerning the 2020 pandemic. And what happened was, of course, when they declared a global pandemic on March 11th, they had that press conference that the United States was shutting down everything, its borders. It was at that 3, 4 o'clock hour, and the markets reacted to that and started massively plummeting at that very final trading hour. So that is one aspect. The other aspect is 2 years ago, or I think it was about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 2022, I had dreams concerning the Russian and Ukraine war, and praying about this, I was shown what would happen as a result of that war, how it would conclude. And what I saw was, it didn't happen overnight. I saw a series of things happening. It was like a domino effect, and it took time for it to accumulate. But essentially, the Western, not just the stock markets, but all of the Western economies tied to the US dollar began to plummet, began to collapse. And this massively impacted the war that was going on with Russia and Ukraine, because nations were out of money, and they had no way to fund and supply this war that was going on. And Ukraine runs out of supplies. They run out of supplies, ammo, everything. And they negotiate a truce, and Ukraine surrenders. And not just half of Ukraine, but the entire Ukraine. Russia took the entire Ukraine, and it shaped the entire power dynamics all across Europe. And it was the beginning of World War III, the beginning stages of it. And so this could be so many different ways. I'm not a financial expert by any means. Of course, pray over everything. Ask the Lord to discern, to show you in all these things. The Bible tells us not to despise prophecy, but to test everything. Hold on to what is good. Get rid of what's not good. So just pray for your families. Pray over your savings, your retirements, all that stuff. Talk to your banker, those who manage those funds, what you think, what would be the best way, to manage that. Make those decisions. There were people that lost everything in 2020 because their portfolios were like 95% on the stock market, and they lost everything. So can't tell you guys what to do or how to do it, but just in case that this thing really is a prophecy or prophetic in nature and it really does come to pass, I'm putting the warning out now. So anyways, guys, Brandon Dawson here from the Tribe of Christians. As always, again, not to frighten or scare anyone, but stay encouraged. We are heading into some massive, tremendous times. The times of the high feasts and holy days, heading into September, the Feast of Trumpets, the 10 days of all, Teshuvah, the 40 days of repentance, heading into the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur, and Tabernacles. Major things are happening. So, of course, the signs are all around us. All we can do is just be prepared, live our lives to the fullest for the Lord, be obedient, and just stay alert. Anyways, guys, keep running your race, keep fighting the good fight of faith. Wherever you stay encouraged, keep running your race, don't lose hope, and never give up.